morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are, and welcome back to the channel. Now, there's a gentleman I've been following online that I think is very important to listen to. His name is Andrew Wilson, as you see him there. He is somebody who would call him Andrew Wilson. He's somebody who describes himself as a pioneer, blood sports debater, Christian husband, father, host of The Crucible. So he is pretty popular. He's normally found on the whatever channel, where he does a lot of debates with his 3 or 4s. Now, this is a case where Andrew Wilson actually won a debate against a feminist, and she sued him. So let's listen through to what this channel, Justin Reloaded, has to say about this. Habergi said in as to why she is suing him. This is going to be actually hilarious.
So I don't have a corporation, let's say then, and I have a private business practice
Right.
where I'm a landscaper. And there's a woman who comes in, she's definitely qualified for the job, and there's a man who comes in who's slightly less qualified for the job, but I just kind of want to hire him anyway because I just don't really like women. Why is that not something I should have the freedom to choose for myself? Why?
I mean, I just think we're operating at a different moral capacity. I mean, a lot of my things that I say are rooted in morals, and you're making yours vote like in sort of like laws.
I'm asking you for the moral argument.
I'm telling you that I believe it's wrong to make someone feel ashamed and not hire somebody and give them different outcome based off of their race or sex or
But you
sexuality.
don't believe it's wrong to tell people that they must do a thing they don't want to do?
Not at all. No, I don't. Because
So then it's not about choice then, is it?
I suppose if you want to make the argument you're making, then no.
Yeah, then it's not really about choice. Okay, so the second pillar of feminism is
Right,
not
you
true.
just debunked it like so fast, just like that.
It's pretty
So
false.
easy
Yeah, it's
for
pretty
you.
false. You just said it's not really about choice. It's
Sure.
really about an agenda, right? What was the third pillar of feminism?
She's literally about to leave. This is what they call Crash Out Kylie. You guys were debating in the comments section on one of my previous videos on what Crash Out is. Hey, let me clarify. This is what Crash Out is. This is Andrew Wilson going after Crash Out Kylie and her response. Her response, which is even better, in my opinion. Watch this.
Feminist content.
Now, before we go on, it's always quite peculiar how when you really want to question feminists about their ideologies and go step by step through it and find out where the logic lies, you'll always run into kind of a circular argument. Often you run into really nonsensical arguments and just pure hypocrisy, but it likes to be enshrined in emotions. So if the logic path doesn't win, of course, the emotions come in and they hear a lot of mention of morality and all that, while a lot of the things they do can objectively be called immoral. But let's go on.
But especially because I talk about intersectionality, which means I'm often talking about the systems that uphold white supremacy and racism in the US, which pisses off a number of uber racist white supremacists. About 6 weeks ago, I was misled by some men, and they ended up having me on a podcast that turned out to be Red Pill. I don't want to go into the details of it because it was honestly like the most traumatic experience of my life and really
The most traumatic experience of Crash Out Kylie's life. Are you kidding me? Come here. Come say hi.
The problem we have, of course, is how people like to inflate things, especially when they want somebody else to be in trouble because they embarrassed themselves or they didn't get what they wanted. This is what is going on here. And every time you hear someone talk about this intersectionality and white supremacy and whatnot, please be careful. While a lot of people mention these things casually, describing almost every interaction between races, especially white people and black people, it's really a Trojan horse for a lot of woke nonsense. But I'm hoping you, because they're all kind of the same, I'm hoping you'll hear about.
Say hi. Crash Out Kylie's biggest, most traumatic moment was talking to Andrew Wilson face to face. Look at, she looks like she's still recovering.
She looks kind of like an uglier female, like, version of Andrew Wilson as a, like, kind of looks
Damn,
like
why are you dissing Andrew
No, that's what I'm
Wilson?
saying, like, way uglier. way uglier. I want to point that out.
horrible, and I
Way
am scared of
uglier,
these people,
but
so
female
I would
version.
prefer to not go into more detail, but then became a meme known as Out Kylie, which, here's a photo, but they sent their hundreds of followers onto me to leave hate comments and spam report my account until it was removed on Instagram. For child, they do the same thing so that my content has been censored, is not appearing on people's For You pages. I've become a target for them, for incels and red pill people.
Why does she keep talking quieter? It's ridiculous.
So if you see this, if you could just let me know, because I'm like really close to giving up and I've been doing this for 2 years.
There it is. When all else fails, please bring out the tears, bring out the emotionalism. I'll never tire of telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, because these things are done because they work. I know so many men who've gone against their instincts because a woman shed tears. Go against all they believe and the truth because they saw tears. Don't be that guy.
It's been my dream, and it's just like,
Well, I think we're getting close to the end. Is this what we want to talk about for the last, few minutes?
Well, we have another 30 minutes.
Sure.
It's 5:59 right now. We have.
All right. Well, I might just have to take
6.
another break because I'm not feeling so hot. Is that all right?
There.
But
I
I'll
think-
tell you what I would like to talk about next, though.
Well, one thing here, I think it would be fair.
I just told you I have medical issues, though. Like, I genuinely need to take a break.
Hold on. I'm fine with you taking the breaks.
Okay.
But given the frequency and the duration of said breaks, I think it's reasonable to ask for an additional 10, 15 minutes to make up for the breaks that have occurred thus far.
Sure.
You need to understand that this debate was organized well in advance, but when she came on, she found the going very tough, so she started taking very, very long breaks to just be inconvenient, behave like a spoiled child as usual. I have absolutely no respect for any man or woman who runs from a conversation. That is the lowest form of engagement we can have before everything breaks out into violence and despondency.
I will give you 10 minutes more. So we can go till 6:40. But
That's
other than
fine
that,
with-
I
that's fine
truly
with me.
cannot stay longer. Like, I have problems. Like, I
Yeah,
have
no,
medical
look, do you want to go ahead and take the break and we'll let some
Yeah.
chat?
Andrew Wilson is just taking notes. I have problems. He's like, let me write that one down.
You can look at him. He knows exactly what she's doing. He knows that she's trying to run. And she's doing everything possible to make sure that this conversation doesn't go on because it will make her look bad more and more, worse than she has looked throughout. Because the thing is with the debates, a lot of people these days simply want the emotions to be the facts of whatever they're debating. And when that doesn't happen, they get even more emotional. And eventually, as they say, they crash out.
Let's come through. Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Since we are getting close to the end of the show, make sure you get your messages in now. There's quite a few. Andrew, if you can just stay for just a sec.
I'm staying.
There's quite a few. We'll try.
So then they go over to the super chats, but she does return. We will get to that. But first, we have to see her second video because apparently she must be suing. I guess she might be suing whatever. It seems like she came to that conclusion before she even signed up. The whole medical reasons, all of that. Oh, I have anxiety. Oh no, I can't sit down for it. It's like, why'd you do it in the first place? So yeah, this is more of what she's saying.
Hi, my name is Kylie, and this is part 2 of my story of being harassed by incels. It has ruined my mental health so severely that I actually ended up getting Bell's palsy. I will not be naming names specifically because, again, I am scared of these people, but you can do your research. I was misled by these people and told that I would be reimbursed for traveling out to California from Chicago.
I cried for 2 days after this, then woke up with my face partially paralyzed. Did you get the vaccine? I'm curious. Did you get the vaccine? Because I don't know. I don't know if this is because of Andrew Wilson or because of you trusting the government.
I would like to read this to you. I cried for 2 days after this, then woke up with my face partially paralyzed. I was told there would be a debate and not told and be trapped in a room with two evil and misogynistic men. If you have the IQ of 3, you might believe that, but this is the kind of manipulation that really takes me off, because what she's trying to do is escalate her victimhood status so that she can go for a money grab. As usual, America is extremely litigious, and a lot of people take advantage of that, and especially women. Let's be real about it. And especially women, especially when they're embarrassed, especially when they don't get what they want. They weaponize everything that they have to include Kias and the law to try and get back at you.
I don't know, chat. What's Bell's palsy? Is that a common side effect of talking to Andrew Wilson?
I was not, and I have yet to receive any money. I am out $1,000 from my appearance on this podcast, and still every day I am harassed by their fans online, telling me that I got owned, when in reality I was disrespected blatantly to my face and made to feel unsafe. These people were talking about harming women. They were drinking alcohol on set and making me feel generally very uncomfortable and unsafe, as well as prolonging my duress by holding money and financial gain over my head, because they kept trying to prolong my stay longer and longer under the conditions in the contract that they wouldn't pay me unless I stayed till the end. On the live stream, people would send in money and be like, $10 to put a sock in her mouth, slap the bitch, $20, and a bunch of other things.
Now, a lot of these debates, when the hosts are financing the travel or accommodation of their guests, they normally do so prior for the expenses, the ticket. They normally buy the ticket, but then there is money held all until you finish your end of the bargain. I believe that's what went on here. My history with this channel, it seems no one has complained about money being withheld, unless otherwise. Maybe you can inform me on the comment section, but I've never had this before. So she's ramping up this because she's basically lying. Yes, that's what I believe is going on here.
Yo, slap the bitch $20 in the comment section down below. What the fuck? I haven't seen that. I condemn that completely. Do not ever send me $20 that says slap the bitch, okay? Because that is absolutely inappropriate. That should never be super chatted ever. Ever. But in all honesty, like, is she really scared whenever a super chat, like somebody from the internet sends money and tries to do that? Did you watch the show at all? I mean, this is kind of crazy, the level of, like, bubble that she's in. You know, it used to be like a very light bubble, and then, like, you know, you'd go to high school and then it's like, pop, your bubble gets popped, right?
No, she's lying. That's what is going on. She's not scared of anything. She actually is fully aware of what she's doing. She's in a bubble, yes, that liberal bubble, but it's like a convenience bubble. When it's convenient, they pull out all the stops from the liberal ends or leftist end or progressive end or woke end, depending on how you want to describe it. So no, she's not weak or in a bubble like that. No, she knows fully what she's doing, and she's trying to get paid.
For me, it was like 4th grade. For her, it's like, what is it? It's like saran wrap now, and it's kind of formed into some plastic, you know? Like, what is this bubble she lives in?
Obviously scared that they would take the money and harm me. And at the end,
Oh,
they
she
didn't
was.
pay me a single cent.
I have a weird feeling that women just want to get paid. And if they're not paid, they make it seem like they're, you know, subject of abuse. Check this out. Let's go back to the main video, because she does come back with her bag, by the way.
Pit up. Brian, don't apologize for being a good host. You're the man.
Oh, I appreciate it, Christopher. Thank you. I'm trying to be as fair as I can. All right, here, I'll let the...
I've actually had someone offer to pay me, because I'm assuming if I leave early, you won't pay me. But I've had someone in my comments offer to pay me the amount that I was paid to be here. So I'm going to go, because I have medical problems. I'm not feeling good.
What if somebody in our chat offers to pay you
More.
Do you think they would?
Oh, look at
Well,
it's all
they would
about
pay
money.
me.
Okay, there it is. There it is. She thought for a second, oh wow, there could be more here. So she's been given an opportunity, and she's probably going to be too embarrassed to take it. But if she does, that will be interesting.
And
Mental
then-
duress, my ass.
Yes, if someone offered, I would stay, and I would cry on camera.
This is absolutely diabolical. I mean, who buys these nonsense from these people? Let us grifters. We're just moving from one ideology to the other, trying to collect as much as possible. It doesn't matter who they leave in their wake, who they destroy, what names they destroy, whose reputation they destroy. It doesn't matter. Even if you lose your job because she just made these careless statements about there being dangerous men who are going to hold her against her will. And there she is, offered more money. She sits right back in and smiles this kind of embarrassed smile, but really what she wanted was the money. It's absolutely diabolical, my goodness.
But I don't know if they will.
This is why we have the wage gap. This is literally why we have the wage gap, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at how happy-go-lucky she gets. As soon as she hears like dollar bills, she's like, all of a sudden, the mental duress goes out the window. Weird.
Highly doubt that someone will offer that.
I wonder, so they're offering you,
They're offering me 50.
so if you stay for another 2 hours, what would that cost?
Feel violated
Like
in so
$500
No. My God. More.
on top.
Like, probably double.
The greed. Oh my God, the greed. And it's still quite weird watching people follow these ideologies blindly, where the people who are leading and giving you the information to follow that ideology are just using you because you're naive and maybe you're also a bit narcissistic and like these people. But you also want to use these for your own personal gain or the detriment of everyone else.
Double
500 or so,
$1,000 is how
double
much
the
your
original.
your
So I
trauma
think
cost.
we would need, in order, would you actually, if it was doubled, would
If
you?
it was actually doubled, I would stay, because again, I am, like, I do have a problem. Like, so I could probably stay a little longer.
2 hours.
I would just have to
2
take
hours
breaks.
beyond, so we're talking 8:30.
Sure. Then I would need, like, triple, because I like.
Troy.
Triple?
You're a tough negotiator, Kylie. You're a tough negotiator.
This is not about negotiating. This is about greed. She's making up these issues. And I don't even know why they're bending over backwards to give her more money to stay. Or maybe it's because they'll probably make more money if she stays at the super chats and making fun of her, anything like that. Because such people, because their ideas are so stupid, they make for good content. Especially when they meet with her against an immovable wall like that with.
Again,
And,
I
know,
like.
this girl over here, tough negotiator.
I genuinely do have issues, though. Like, I'm not. That's not a lie. So I just don't like to
Yeah,
talk
keep
about
saying
it.
it. Keep saying
But
it.
Like,
Every single time you say you'll stay here longer, it doesn't count if you say one more time that you have mental issues.
have a hard time. Yeah. Like, I could, like. get
What is the
headaches
issue
and-
anyway?
I don't really like to talk about it, but I've had, like, concussions and stuff like that. So
It's nonsense. There's absolutely nothing that she's suffering from except embarrassment and greed. That is what is going on here. I don't. It's really quite frustrating, but I guess it's good content. We can realize that there are just so many of us who are so corrupt, so insidious. We realize that, don't we?
It's like a brain, like a-
TBI.
yeah, I mean, traumatic brain injury. Yeah, it was a traumatic. It's like I get like really bad headaches and like.
Do you want? We have like
Difficulty breathing.
Tylenol or ibuprofen. We could give you.
But I don't really want to go too much into it.
Okay.
By the way, that's a timer. She set a
But,
timer of a call.
I have had someone offer me, but I just don't think this is a good environment. So I think I'll just take the offer that the person has given me of the original amount, and I'm just gonna head out. I think so. Yeah. I just I think my health is more important than
Unless it's triple. Unless it's triple.
whatever you've offered me, which is not much. So
I mean, I don't think it's fair. You know, we've been very generous here at the Whatever podcast. I don't know if that's a fair categorization. So you said the double. So if somebody does essentially, somebody want to send in like an Ethereum.
and again, like this isn't really my network, so I don't think anyone's going to offer it. So, but I guess, you know, nothing is impossible.
Are there any takers in the chat who want to see this? Wait, let me ask the chat. Why don't I pull the chat? Chat, does anybody...
What is Andrew writing? I think this goes on for a while, and then they don't really talk because they're like, give me money or else I'm not going to keep talking.
Let's do a crystal pop.
A crystal pop.
You got Ogle in the chat.
You guys have been lovely, but I really, like, again, I need to leave. Like,
Okay.
I'm not feeling good. But
Do you...
I appreciate the debate. It was
do you wanna
interesting
do
and fun.
Do you
but
want to give a closing statement?
After all this, she watched the video she did after this, talking about how she was with these dangerous men while she was trying to hustle the most money. The absolute dishonesty and corruption of these people.
my closing statement is that I love to learn and to meet new people, and I wasn't putting my medical issue aside for money. I didn't know how long this was going to be. That was my fault, I will admit. But I appreciate like learning new perspectives.
Okay, so now the chat's roasting her. We actually have to move this up so you guys can see the chat.
I was hoping this would be a more calm and demure experience because I've been trying to be more, you know, about facts and negotiating. But I appreciate the time that I've had here, and I'm, you
That's
know,
a closing
looking
statement?
forward to learning more.
Are we
about you
breaking
both.
up?
So
Wait, what does that mean?
I mean like
Learn?
learning more about. Like I knew about your network before coming in. I had seen some videos, but
Okay.
now I'm more interested in like you guys.
Yeah, so what about this? We'll double, but we add 2 hours on top. So that's,
It's like
we'll double it. I'm not gonna ask the audience.
Right.
We'll double it, whatever podcast, we'll double it.
right. But
You stay,
if I didn't have an actual issue, I would stay for the money, like if that makes sense. But I
She can't stay because she's been claimed in the debate and she realizes that she's outmatched here, so she has to run. And on top of that, she's embarrassed herself by putting aside her so-called mental issues, especially when the money was increased. They started negotiating for double, triple. I mean, it's so transparent, it's actually disgusting.
like have to go, so I'm gonna go. Like it's not like a money thing.
Oh my gosh, how bad was the concussion? Because I got a concussion so bad that I couldn't see for like at least 6 hours when I was in 5th grade on a snowboard. Yeah, wasn't this bad. Should we finish in a second video or should we just continue? Because I'm getting a concussion right now.
Anyway, that's that. As I thought this would be an interesting video to react to because there's just so much of this nonsense that's floating around of the internet, especially from the Western progressives, woke, lefties, whatever you like to call them. And it's all underpinned by dishonesty. It's all underpinned by trying to get access to as much resources, money, and the same notoriety as they can. So be careful out there as you consume this content. And I hope this was at least eye-opening for you. If you've never seen or heard Andrew Wilson talk, you can go over to his channel called The Crucible. And I will link it down in the chat. And also, you can go and give some love to Justin Reloaded there on his channel, 109,000 subscribers over there. And until next time, peace.